Hello everyone and welcome to Sharp Press Gaming, and today we are back with some more Pokemon VGC 2016, and of course it is Exeggutor week. If you guys didn't know that, be sure to click on, I'll have a link in the playlist down below to Exeggutor week to see, so you guys can see all the videos. Be sure to be checking back on those. But in Exeggutor week, essentially we're just using Exeggutor all week. So we had them in doubles time yesterday, and today we have them in VGC 2016. As you can see over here in our little corner, we have our Exeggutor. Let me pull them up here. We have our Chlorophyll, Life Orb, Exeggutor, Protect, Grass Knot, Psychic, and Sleep Powder. Just enough speed to outspeed Weavile. I made it so he could outspeed Weavile, since Weavile's around the fastest thing. It might, I don't know if Mega Rayquaza is faster. I think Weavile's the fastest, though. I know it's the fastest Fake Out user, so that's what I went off of. And then we have Groudon, our typical Groudon, typical Crobat, typical Kanga, typical Mawile, and typical Xerneas. The only weird thing is going to be the Exeggutor, old Dragon Tree here. So we are going to see what we can do for a few battles. We're going to go for another about 20 minutes or so. That seems to be working the best. So let's see what we can do with the Exeggutor team. Now, starting off, I'm not going to use Exeggutor. Exeggutor is only really good against, like, Kyogre. And as you can see, there is no Kyogre. This is a Big Six team. So we want to go Crobat. Crobat. Mawile is going to be good in this game here. So I'm going to go Mawile as my Mega. Xerneas and Groudon will also be fairly good. I'm going to lead with Groudon, though, and Mawile and Xerneas in the back. I could have led with Mawile, I guess. Sometimes I want to lead with Mawile because I lead Xerneas, but he's going to lead Mence Groudon, so it wouldn't have been good to lead with Mawile. And we get our own Groudon here. Unfortunately, Intimidation is going to be happening, though. We do get the Mega Evolution off. So I'm just going to Tailwind. I kind of want to switch my Groudon out, but I'm going to Protect here. He's going to Mega Evolve with the Salamence. Probably just straight up attacks me. Yeah, I get the Tailwind off. We see the Sub actually come out from the Salamence and a Fire Punch into Crobat. So I should have just gone for a Rock Slide like I originally planned. Not intentionally. I'm going to Super Fang the Groudon and Rock Slide here. Hopefully breaking the Salamence's sub. Possibly flinching the Groudon. He's actually going to switch out on the Talonflame, though, and he's going to protect the Salamence. So this Talonflame's dead. As long as we connect Rock Slide, that is. And it moved like it got connected. Yep. Yeah, yep. So we get the Talonflame out of here. That's nice. So now he probably has Smeargle or Xerneas, and it's going to be Xerneas, of course. So I'm going to taunt that dumb thing so it can't do anything to me. And then just Rock Slide again. The Salamence probably has, actually it has Substitute and Protect. I wonder what its other moves are. I would assume Hyper Voice. We do see the Sub Fade from the Mence. We're going to see Hyper Voice. That is going to knock out my Crobat. And Xerneas can't use Geomancy. So now I just bring in the Mawile. Mawile is looking good against both of these Pokemon. I'm assuming the Xerneas switches out, though. So I'm going to Mega Evolve and Play Rough the Mence. And then we're just going to Precipice. Yep. The Xerneas switches out, and the Salamence does protect, so we're going to see Tailwind is going to peter out here. So I'm just going to Sucker Punch the Groudon. Actually, I could just protect here. I'm going to protect my Mawile and Precipice. We're going to see Hyper Voice come out from the Mence. It's not going to knock out my Groudon, and unfortunately his Groudon is faster and it does hit me, so that is going to knock me out here. But I can just bring in my Xerneas here. Just bring in my Xernie. I'm going to go for Play Rough on the Salamence. Hidden Power Ground on the Groudon. It might actually not knock it out from here, though. I prefer Hidden Power Ground so I can hit Groudons and Mawiles for super effective damage. But unfortunately, I don't think we can get him from here. Yeah, he lives with like 1 HP. And he doesn't miss a Mawile either. So that's going to end up being game then. I'm just going to Dazzling Gleam. It's not going to matter now. I guess I could have went for Sucker Punch Dazzling Gleam. Would have probably been a better move on my part. But alas, we are going to lose the first one. So let's get another battle here. Ooh, Butterfree, Eradicate, Mewtwo, Jolteon, Gengar, and Kangaskhan. This is a very strange team. Butterfree, for those of you who don't know, has Rage Powder. So that's probably what he's going to use it for. The Jolteon's probably for things. Kyogre. Exeggutor actually doesn't look bad here, so I'm probably going to bring him. I'm going to bring Groudon, because Groudon just kind of rips through this team. Mawile also isn't bad. And then maybe Crobat over Xerneas. Though I could just bring Xerneas and just kind of body through this team. if I get him up right. But I kind of like Crobat. I think we could lead Groudon Crobat with Exeggutor and Mawile. We're going to leave Xerneas out of this. I need Crobat just to like help out with stuff. Tailwind, Taunt, Quick Guard, those kind of things. I wish I had another support Pokemon, but I gave up my second support for a second Mega. Because typically I do 2 support Pokemon, the 2 restricted, which are usually opposite hitters of each other if one's not a support, and then just a couple other Pokemon. A Mega. Alright, so we see Mewtwo and Butterfree, Towley and Butters. I guess I just Tailwind and Protect here. Yep, he tried to Sleep Powder me. I get... Side Strike's going to bring me down to Sash. I get the Tailwind off, which is perfect. And then what I can do... I can Super Fang the Mewtwo and Rock Slide. Butterfree's probably Focus Sash. So now that I think about it, I'm going to Super Fang the Butterfree and Rock Slide. I'm not too worried about that Mewtwo. It's got Side Strike, which will hurt, but my Groudon's pretty defensive. So you'd have to go for Ice Beams onto me, most likely. And like I said, Butterfree probably has Follow Me. But he also has Sleep Powder, and if he has Focus Sash, he'll live a Rock Slide and go for Sleep Powder. That's why I'm Super Fanging it, just to break that. I'm not too worried about knocking out this Mewtwo here right now. So we can deal with that later. And we could always get the flinch with Rock Slide, you know. You know, that fun stuff. My opponent taking their time. We're going to get the Super Fang off. We get the Rock Slide off, and it knocks out the Butterfree. Perfect. And we see Grass Knot actually come out from Mewtwo, so it is a little scarier than we originally thought. But who comes in here? Maybe Kangaskhan? It is Kangaskhan. I'm just going to Quick Guard and Precipice Blades, so he can't fake me out, or Sucker Punch me for that matter. So he'll have to rely on Mewtwo's Grass Knot, which I guess I should have Fire Punched. But as long as we connect stuff. Quick Guard, Fake Out isn't going to work. He actually tried to Fake Out Crobat, which is interesting. And I'm going to be able to knock out the Mewtwo and he forfeits. Perfect. That works for me, buddy boy. So we're going to find another battle here. We should be able to get 2 more in, like we usually do. We actually see Landorus Incarnate this time, which we typically don't see. Sorry I'm moving so much. My feet itch because I had wet socks on today from Valley Fair. We see another Mewtwo, which is interesting. Mewtwo, Mence, Whimsicott, Ferrothorn, and Groudon. Another one Exeggutor really doesn't want to come to, which seems to be the case with most things, because a lot of people don't use Kyogre, which is weird, because so many people use Groudon, so you'd think you'd see a lot more Kyogre. But I don't know anything about much. And I hate not bringing Kangaskhan, but whenever they have an Intimidate user, I just want to bring my Mawile. My Mawile doesn't hit a lot of things, but it does hit a few things. So I'm going to lead with it, actually, with Crobat. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Definitely not. Maybe I don't bring Mawile? Maybe I should bring Kangaskhan. Yeah, let's bring Kangaskhan, Crobat, Xerneas, Groudon. Salamence does lead, as does Ferrothorn. And we get our Kanga in here. So I'm going to Mega Evolve Low Kick the Ferrothorn and also Super Fang it. We should be able to get rid of the Ferrothorn. I'm really surprised he brought it. I guess just for Xerneas. Good thing I didn't leave Xerneas because I was going to. But he most likely protects the Salamence here, expecting the Fake Out, because I'm not going to Fake Out a Ferrothorn. That'd be dumb. Especially with -1 attack. So I think he just protects Salamence and goes for maybe a Leech Seed. He doesn't protect the Salamence, surprisingly. We see Iron Barbs, but no Rocky Helmet, so probably leftovers. So Low Kick's going to be able to take out the Ferrothorn from here, which is perfect. That's all I needed. Now that Ferrothorn's gone, which I had Groudon for, so maybe I shouldn't worry about Ferrothorn as much. But it's a little late for that now, isn't it? It's a little late for that now, isn't it? Groudon's going to come in here, which I don't like. So I'm just going to double edge the Groudon And Tailwind. Salamence probably just knocks out Kangaskhan here, though, with Hyper Voice. Probably a double knockout. Maybe a Swords Dance from the Groudon, which would be scary. But I'm going to try and get this Tailwind up, which would be just fine for me, because then I could go for Precipice Blades and Dazzling Gleam. It should be fine. Yeah. Actually, I don't know that Dazzling Gleam one-hit KOs a Salamence. Guess we'll find out. Yep. Hyper Voice double knocks out. Does he have the Swords Dance? Does not. Brings a Rock Slide, just in case I survived. So I've got Xerneas, I've got Groudon. It would have been nice. Would have been nice. I'm going to actually go for Geomancy Rock Slide here. Just in case he messes up somehow. Then I'll be able to one-hit KO the Salamence. He doesn't protect with either Pokemon, which doesn't bode well for us to begin with. Rock Slide's going to get off. It only hits a Salamence. Can we flinch him? Nope. Hyper Voice will come through. And then Precipice. Xerneas lives. That's not good, though, because Groudon's still alive, so we end up losing this one. We end up losing this one, too, boys. I mean, I could hidden power ground and hope for him to mess up and, like, protect Salamence or something dumb. He protected Salamence or something dumb. We get to... this Groudon has investments. Darn it. Usually I can one-hit KO Groudons, but he's especially defensive, so... So, unfortunately, we will get one more here, and hopefully we can make it at least even. And hopefully Exeggutor could actually show up, because he didn't. He's come to one match and didn't get to come out because my opponent forfeited. So I'm hoping... you think on Showdown you'd see more fun things, but it's just the same nonsense. Cresselia, Ferrothorn, Smeargle, Salamence, Xerneas, and Groudon. So I'm going to lead Crobat Mawile here. Groudon, Xerneas. Nobody's using Kyogre. What's wrong with this meta that nobody uses Kyogre? You don't need Ferrothorn if they're not using Kyogre. If people aren't using Kyogre. That's what I'm trying to say there. So I'm going to straight up taunt the Smeargle, Mega Evolve, Iron Head, the Xerneas. He probably switches the Xerneas out, maybe into Ferrothorn. But if he stays in and tries to Geomancy like an idiot, I'm going to Iron Head him right in the face. Unless he follows me with the Smeargle, which could be bad. Which could be bad, because then he could do a lot of things that I'm not going to worry about right now. So let's see. He is in a bind, it seems, so he probably doesn't have Ferrothorn to switch in, but he could easily switch the Groudon in for where the Xerneas is. Okay. Oh, it has Fake Out. Okay, so I get to taunt the Smeargle, and then we see the Geomancy still happen here, of course. But now, what does my opponent do? Because I can go for Tailwind and Iron Head into the Xerneas. He could protect the Xerneas here. That is an option. I think he might, actually. So I'm going to Tailwind and Play Rough where Smeargle is. So in comes the Salamence. That's the perfect spot there with a Play Rough. He does protect. Tailwind gets off, and Play Rough still knocks out Salamence. Perfect. I don't know that we'll knock out a Xerneas now at -1. And he could bring in Groudon here, which wouldn't be good for us. But we might be able to get it off. Although he could fake us out. Which I assume is what happens. Yep, Smeargle comes in. He's going to try and fake us out here. I'm going to Super Fang the Xerneas just to try and ensure the Iron Head knockout. Because Smeargle can't... Oh, wait. I should taunt the Smeargle, shouldn't I? Yeah, I'm going to taunt the Smeargle and protect. Alright. Yep. He fakes us out. I get the taunt off, so he can't do anything next turn. Tries to Moonblast my Mawile, so that ensures my Crobat's still around, so I can Super Fang him and Iron Head. He could protect, though. I mean, I have to do it just in case he doesn't. He does protect. Smeargle, did you go for Struggle, my boy? I know he tried to fake out again. So he still has a turn to Tailwind, so I can just do that again. Super Fang, Iron Head. Super Fang and Iron Head. I guess he was afraid to switch in on the Smeargle again, even though Groudon resists everything my Mawile could do. Groudon now finally comes out. That's really weird that he waited that long to do it. He could have done it for free last turn. He's going to Moonblast the Crobat. Not going to be able to knock me out. I get the Iron Head off. Xerneas is gone. And Tailwind will peter out. That's perfectly fine. Here I just taunt the Smeargle. And Sucker Punch the Groudon just to get some damage on him. Tries to fake out Crobat, might not know about Inner Focus, so I still get that taunt off. And then Rock Slide actually comes out from Groudon, surprisingly enough. So now I can just bring in my own Groudon. Go for the Precipice. And I'm going to Iron Head Smeargle. Just going to try and fake out. Precipice Blades hit the Groudon. I should have went for Sucker Punch on him, but I didn't because I'm dumb. So he's getting another Precipice off. And I can just bring in my Xerneas, and I can just go for Dazzling Gleam and be fine. Precipice, Dazzle. That's all I need to do because the Smeargle is still taunted. So that's going to work out perfect. Dazzling Gleam, going to take a double KO. So we do get to that double win, double loss ratio. Unfortunately, no Exeggutor. You know what? I'm going to try one more battle. We're going to see if we can get Exeggutor in on one battle. It's Exeggutor week, for Lord's sakes. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Actually, we could, because of Amoonguss and Machamp. We could end up using Exeggutor here. And we do some Sleep Powder stuff with the Groudon. There's also a Mawile. So my own Mawile looks really good. I'm going to bring Crobat for sure. And let's bring Mawile. And then Exeggutor Groudon. So we see Xerneas and Amoonguss. That's perfect. That is perfect here because I can just taunt the Amoonguss and actually I can just taunt the Amoonguss and Mega Evolve Iron Head the Xerneas. Because the Amoonguss isn't going to be able to get a Spore off. So I don't have to worry about my Mawile falling asleep here. He could just Rage Powder with Amoonguss. That is a possibility. Or what I would think would be a smarter play, maybe, is protect Xerneas and go for Spore onto Mawile. But I am taunting, so... I am, in fact, taunting this turn. So I'll hit the Amoonguss with the Mawile, but I'll be able to hit the Xerneas the following turn. So we might just get Xerneas out of there. Not 100% on what he's thinking about doing. Damn the man. Damn Daniel, you know? Hopefully Exeggutor can do something. It can obviously do something to this Amoonguss, so we can just leave Amoonguss alone. I say that all the time and then it ends up biting me in the butt later, but I really think we can leave Amoonguss alone right now. We should be good to go on the Amoong. Typically they don't carry Sludge Bomb anymore, which is really weird. But it's usually Protect Spore, Rage Powder, Giga Drain, or Grass Knot now because of Primal Kyogre. And it still has Primal Groudon pretty good as well. My opponent seems to be in a pickle. He probably has... Who do we think he has in the back? Maybe Mawile and Groudon, I would think. Because I have my own Xerneas. And then he can Intimidate if I brought, like, Kangaskhan or something dumb. But I have Groudon for his Mawile, so I'm good there. He has Groudon for my Mawile, so we're not safe as well. We have Mawile for his Xerneas. Oh, good luck, have fun. You too. Rage Powder, there it is. So we get the taunt off. And Xerneas is going to Geomancy, obviously. Now we just have to worry if it has a hidden power. Because this isn't my... Ooh, Iron Head still does a ton to that Amoonguss. I'm going to Tailwind here and Iron Head... Iron Head the Xerneas? Or does he protect it? I'm going to Iron Head him. Just to be safe. Just to be safe. In case he gets ballsy and goes for an attack. But yeah. I forget what I was saying. I forgotted what I was saying. Yeah, get the Tailwind off, get the Iron, go for the Iron Head on the Xerneas. What does that Amoonguss have? Oh, it has leftovers. Why would you have leftovers on Amoonguss? You could go Black Sludge. Not that any of his other Pokemon would be using leftovers, obviously, because he doesn't have it on another Pokemon, but usually you go Black Sludge so you can go leftovers on another Pokemon as well. Or Citrus Berry, because I just did so much damage, now you're going to have a hard time recovering it. I can knock you out this next turn. Dan the Man, 432, my boy. What's going on over there? I assume there's a Protect coming from Xerneas. I assume, and he switches in Groudon, is what I would do. Switches in Groudon for the Amoonguss, get that Regenerator. So I could just straight up attack that slot. I really could. I really, really could. You know what? I'm going to do that, actually. He gave me enough time to think about it. I'm going to Super Fang that slot and play rough. over there. Because he's got to switch that when he gets out now. I can't do anything. And then you protect your Xerneas so you can bring in your Groudon and threaten my Mawile. It's got to be the case. Oh, it's Cress. Okay, and oh, he's got Thunderbolt on his Xerneas. That's strange. I'm going to Super Fang and go for the Play Rough. I do connect, so I knock out the Cresselia. I do get to knock out the Cresselia. It's really weird that he brought that in. But we got rid of it, so that's cool, because that's one less thing for Exeggutor to worry about. I still have to worry about the Xerneas. Oh, and this Groudon. Oh, and this Groudon. Because he just goes for Precipice Blades here. I'm going to try and Tailwind. God, my poor Mawile. Oh, I could bring an Exeggutor here. I'm going to bring an Exeggutor. He actually protects Groudon? And goes for Dazzling Gleam. Oh god, my Exeggutor is dead. Well. Good job, Exeggutor. Not so much. I'm going to protect Mawile. Precipice Blades. Alright, well, that just ruined Exeggutor week. I kind of... in the back of my head, I'm like, he's going to go for Dazzling Gleam. There's no reason to Thunderbolt this turn. You can get some damage off on the Mawile. I'm surprised he protected Groudon, though. He really didn't have a need to. So I'm going to protect my Mawile this turn. Focus Blast! This Xerneas says everything. We frickin' missed Precipice Blades, so now the game's over. Oh, life. It's a cage. We burn and we rage. Gee. He's going to protect the Groudon here. So my Groudon survives. I'm getting Iron Head off. Not that it matters because the Xerneas is already, you know. He's protecting that Groudon needlessly, so that could end up bringing the game back for me, which is kind of strange. I'm going to Sucker Punch the Groudon and Precipice Blades. I don't think it's going to end up mattering. We've been outspeeding every turn. Oh, Sucker Punch is going to fail because of that. You've got to be kidding me. I missed 2 Precipice Blades that end up mattering for the game. That is garbage. We're going to do one more because Exeggutor... Okay, Exeggutor, you can kind of do something here. Against the Melodic, right? Exeggutor. But he might not bring Melodic. I'm going to bring Exeggutor anyway. We're going to use this stupid Pokemon. Okay. Okay. So, Kangaskhan's pretty good, but Mawile's better against his Kangaskhan. I haven't brought Kangaskhan once. I should just get rid of the Kangaskhan for a better fake-out user, probably. Like Weavile. Like Weavile. So let's go... Crobat, Mawile. Exeggutor. Groudon. I want to say Kangaskhan. I knew I was saying Groudon, though. And Groudon Kangaskhan is going to be his lead. So Mawile is going to come in. It's not going to be very useful here, obviously. I can Tailwind. And I might as well just... No, I'm going to protect. Burn his Fake Out. I protect. Tailwind. No Fake Out. We see the Double Edge go straight for the Crobat, but because he's intimidated, can't knock me out. And we see Substitute Groudon. I'm going to Super Fang Groudon. And I'm going to switch Mawile out for Groudon. Alright, well, this is kind of barnacles right now. I wonder if he's going to Swords Dance behind that thing. I'd assume as much. Seeing as how Double Edge only did, what, 70%? I think we can live a Sucker Punch from the Groudon. So we should be able to get this Groudon out from... Or Sucker Punch from the Kangaskhan. So we should be able to get Groudon out from behind the Substitute. Oh, he actually switches the Kangaskhan. Even better, Melodic comes in. My Groudon comes out. Why did his Melodic come in? So I'm going to get to fade the Stub. He's going to go for Precipice still. I mean, we're going to live because of the Intimidate, which is perfect. So I can go for Super Fang on Melodic and Precipice Blade. Does he have Citrus? Does not. Missed the Melodic, but we hit the Groudon. Critical hit. Get out of here. At least a little bit of justice here. He's going to Icy Wind. It's fine for now because we're still under Tailwind. And I assume Kangaskhan comes out. Burns a turn to Tailwind. There we go. Kangaskhan. I can actually just Quick Guard here. And go for another Precipice, or should I Fire Punch? I'm going to Fire Punch the Kangaskhan here. Quick Guard. Tries to Fake Out. Doesn't work. Fire Punch. Knocks out the Kangaskhan. Melodic goes for Icy Wind. It's going to knock out the Crobat. That's fine, because now I can bring in my Exeggutor, and it's under Chlorophyll. In comes the Xerneas. So that's fine, that's fine. I can just Sleep Powder you. And go for the Precipice. Sleep Powder connects the Xerneas. So the Exeggutor, you at least did something, my boy. You're going to Icy Wind again with the Melodic. That's fine. Precipice Blade should be able to pick up KO on Melodic. There we go. 50% left on the Xerneas. And now the Xerneas is asleep. I can just Psychic and Fire Punch. Exeggutor, can you pick up the KO for me, my boy? My frickin' boy? He forfeit! Just let me kill you! Exeggutor! I wanted you to get a KO! Alright, I want to calc it now. Pokemon Showdown Damage Calculator. Alright. Just let the Exeggutor get the kill, for God's sakes. What did he ever do to you? What did he ever do to you other than put you to sleep? Alright. I should be running Solar Beam on my Exeggutor, I just realized. I know Grass Knot's good. Grass Knot's, I think, better. That's another thing we should calc right now. But anyway, Xerneas. VGC, Xerneas. Psychic. Would have knocked him out. Yep. 53.9 to 64.3%. And now that we're here, I want to check Kyogre with Grass Knot versus Solar Beam. 50. Solar Beam does 46.3 to 56.5 versus Grass Knot, which does 91.7 to 109.1. So Grass Knot's better on Exeggutor, if anybody was wondering. But yeah, Exeggutor would have gotten that kill had he not forfeited. So I think that's all that matters, and that's going to be the end of the episode. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. If you're excited for Exeggutor week, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Be sure to be checking back all week long. Exeggutor will be back in doubles time tomorrow, and then another VGC match on Friday. And I'm hopefully getting a special Exeggutor match for you guys this week as well. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you next time. Stay sharp, everyone.